What's up guys, welcome to my channel, Cuisine Teen. My name is Chef Marvin Duarte. Today we'll be making a delicious chorizo rice. Coming right up. Alright guys, so as of our ingredients, we have a pound of thick juicy chorizo. Also use Italian sausage if you want, or any kind of sausage. We have some cilantro here to add some color, some lime to add some nice zing. We got some tomatoes. We got a scallion, or we're not going to use it all, but we're going to use some of it. Decoration. A red bell pepper. We have a red, not red, well yeah, a red orange, not white, not white orange. Oh. Alright guys, so as of our ingredients, we have a nice beautiful sausage or chorizo. We have some cilantro. We have a lime here that really brightens up our food because of the acidity. We have some tomatoes. We have a scallion or spring onion, however you feel like calling it. We have a nice red plump bell pepper. We have a red onion. We have 2 garlic cloves. We have some white wine vinegar. We'll see how that turns out. The recipe calls for white wine. I couldn't find white wine, so we decided to go with vinegar. That's going to be an interesting experiment. We have a pound and a half of rice. And we also have a knife, a spoon, and a pan. So, let's get cooking. Alrighty peeps, so we will get to chopping our onions. So we slice it in half, and we're going to take this part off, not the butt, but the other part, the head, if you want to call it the head. Because if this is the butt, this is the head. And then we're just going to do that. Just make sure it's nice and awesome. We're not going to mince it, we're not going to dice it, we're just going to make nice little half rings. And we're going to leave the butt. And I think half an onion will do. It's quite a bit of onion. And then after that, we're just going to smash our garlic. Watch closely. 3, 2, 1. And then just a little rough chop there. And do the same thing with our other one. 1, 2, 3. Smush. And a nice rough chop there. And then guess what we're going to do now? We're going to grab our red juicy bell pepper. And then we're just going to do this. 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 We're going to do that all around. So my eyes are crying right now because that onion is really strong. Oh man. Whew. Jesus Christ. Alright, so then we just do that. Oh man. And don't make it too small because size does matter in this occasion. So, because we don't want them to boil and have no texture, we actually want them to have some texture. So, just make sure they're not too thinly sliced because then once it cooks, the rice is going to be cooking for like 20 minutes, so everything is just going to, you know. Always use that rock and roll motion. Alright, like this. Rock and roll motion, you see. And then like this. Always keep a knuckle as a guide. Try to do this as fast as possible so y'all don't have to deal with watching all this. Alright. There we have our main ingredients. So we're going to go to the stove and start cooking this stuff right here. Alright guys, so as you can see, we're at the stove. Place your heat at medium-high heat because we need it nice and piping hot. We're going to add about a tablespoon of oil, not too much because our chorizo / sausage has fat already in it. So just add like a tablespoon of oil and make sure it's nice and hot. So we're going to wait for it to heat up. We'll go get our onions in first, then our bell peppers, and then lastly our garlic. So this is piping hot. Okay, I'm not those people that are on TikTok just washing their face with the grease, so oh wait, never mind. Alright, so be extremely careful with this. Lower to medium heat. We just don't want to boil it, so that's why I have it on high heat. Let that caramelize here in the countryside. So we're gonna let that caramelize for a little bit. We'll be right back adding our rest of our ingredients. Add our bell peppers. You can see that the onions are starting to get nice and brown and caramelized. Don't burn them. So, oh yeah, you really need to make this recipe, man. It smells like heaven in here, man. All right. Now we got that in there, we're going to add our garlic. Nice touch of flavor there. Oh yeah, look at all that. Succulent, very good, very good. Then I'm about to chop my tomatoes, and I'm going to add them in here as well, just to add another dimension of flavor. And then we'll add our chorizo. Alright guys, so now we're about to start chopping our tomatoes, nice and coarsely. I don't want to let my things burn, so I'm trying to go as fast as possible. And our next tomato, just cut this end off right here, and then in half, and then in half again, and then 1, 2. Fast and slick. Oh wow. Alright, perfect. Now let's take this over to our stove. Nice and juicy. Listen to that sizzle. Harmonious flavors, guys. Harmonious flavors. Alright, I lowered down the heat just because I was going to go chop up the tomato. We're going to let this sizzle down a little bit. And then in the meantime, we're going to go to our station over here, wipe off our counter, and get the chorizo ready. Look at these nice chorizos. So, we're just going to pierce it a little, open it up, kind of like if we're doing surgery. And we're going to take the skin off. Or not the skin, but the intestine thingy majiggy. That's nasty. We're trying to get the most flavor out of all this sausage. Alrighty. Let's take that. Intestines. Oh shoot. Technical. Oh shoot. Alright. Alrighty. Now, to make this easier for us, we're just gonna chop it up a little bit. And then, alright. So this, all we're gonna do with this is just crumble it up like this. Chunks, and then we'll make a well in our vegetables, and then we're gonna add this over in there. Alright guys, so we're just gonna make a well. Don't worry about all that black stuff, those are all flavors. We're gonna deglaze our pan later on. So just let the chorizo fall in there. Look at all that. All that flavor, man. Oh yeah. Nice and amazing. That's why we have a lot of green stuff, because this is all red and red and red and red and red. We need a little spark of color. And now we gotta mix fast. Mix fast. Make sure it's nice and hot. Nice. Oh shoot, that smells awesome. Woo! Look at that. Alright, now we gotta let it do its thing, let it cook. High heat. And then we'll be right back to deglaze our pan and add our rice in there. Well, actually, we're going to add our rice and then deglaze our pan. Alright guys, so now what we're going to do is make a little well again. And we're going to prepare the very precious spot for our rice. Alright. We're just going to Make our rice nice and crispy. Just for a little bit, and then we'll deglaze with our white wine vinegar, and we'll probably add some water as well so it's not overpowering. You can season as much as you want, just know that the sausage and chorizo already have quite a bit of seasoning. So I have not added yet salt or pepper. I don't know if I'm going to add any, but I might not. Let that rice really absorb all that nice flavor of the chorizo. So we're going to let this blister a little bit and crackle and get a nice flavor. And we'll be right back to deglaze our pan. Alright guys, so now let's add some lime juice. Look at all that. Just another dimension of flavor. We're adding flavor over flavor. Now we're going to add our white wine vinegar. And deglaze our pan. We're also going to add water, because I'm not going to fill this whole thing up with vinegar. That's going to be weird. Let's add some water. Let it get into all those crevices. Oh yeah. So now we're just gonna cover this for like 20 minutes. Let it cook. I'm gonna add more water just until like it's about like a bit covered because we gotta cook the rice. So I'm gonna cover it with water, and then we'll be right back to add the scallions and our cilantro. Alright, you can see that now. I've covered it with water. So now we're just gonna put it on medium heat and cover this bad boy up. We're gonna let that sit there for 20 minutes. So around 3:26 we'll be ready, and then we'll add our rest of our stuff. Alright guys, so look at this nice. Don't add too much water, because then what happened to me will happen to you. I overcooked it, but oh well. It is what it is. It's still really good. I added salt because it's missing salt, but we're about to chop some nice cilantro and add it to it so it has a nice freshness, and also some scallions, and it's going to lift it up really nicely. So let's get to it. Look at that nice, awesome greenness to this redness. It adds a nice difference of color. Oh, look at that. Look how fresh that looks. It looks so vibrant. Oh yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You can add more if you want, less. You can add whatever you feel like adding. Now, there's a little trick as well if you want to, and I said I wasn't going to spoil it, but I'll probably just go ahead and spoil it. If you want a little sweetness to it, you can add some barbecue sauce. It just adds a little tanginess to it, and it's really nice. So, let's plate this up and let's taste it, shall we? Alrighty, so the moment of truth has come. We must try this recipe. Wow, cilantro really changes things up. Adds a nice freshness because everything is cooked. So when you add something that's raw and fresh, spot on, man. Everything is so good, man. That chorizo. This is a really great recipe. I really hope you try this recipe at home. Share my channel with all your friends. At 200 subscribers, we will be releasing a new and improved cookbook. So please stay tuned for that. Hit that subscribe button whenever you can. Or, yeah, so hit that subscribe button right now. Let's get this channel to 200 subscribers and then to 1,000. Hit that like button, notification button. I'll see you next time.